Now, we were going to talk about something a couple weeks ago, and somehow we didn't get to it, which was around your birthday. Was it Stereo Gum?
My birthday. You forgot.
Put up a clip of you on Good Morning Atlanta. Is that what the name of that show was?
All right, the interview that won't go away.
Yeah, give us a little, we could do like a song imploder about Good Morning Atlanta.
Interview imploder?
Yeah. What's the story behind that thing?
Put that interview up.
Why were you such a prickly pear on that day?
I don't even think you have to say pear.
I know. I thought he was just going to stop. I was going to be like, yeah.
From Fox 5 Eyewitness News, this is Good Day Atlanta with Gurveer Dinza, Paul Osman, and Ken McLeod.
Good day, Atlanta. Good day. Good day.
And good day to you, Atlanta.
This is Good Day Atlanta with Gurveer Dinza.
I think this show still exists, or did I put it off the air?
That's a good question.
I think it's still on the air. This is running.
Well, the dynamic duo at it again. We're not talking about Batman and Robin. We're talking about the new heroes of alternative rock, Local H. The duo recently released its second album entitled As Good as Dead. We're pleased to welcome Scott Lucas and Joe Daniels to Good.
You say okay because you want me to stop.
Okay, so that intro, like
the dynamic duo.
Yeah. All right, let it go.
Okay, you don't want to talk about like where you were when this was happening. Or...
I mean, should I tell you where okay, so
what led up to the actual airtime?
We're in Atlanta.
This was their headlining tour.
This is from 8/4/97.
Okay, so we had some friends in Atlanta, and it was the headlining tour, so we were probably out all night. Was that when we were with Failure?
It feels like it was the Failure tour, but I'm not 100%.
Okay,
no,
it's possible that
Failure tour was in the spring, I thought.
And when was this?
The date is 8/4/97.
Oh. 90, so this would have been Silverchair?
Good question, but the point is, we're on the road, we're in Atlanta, we had a big show the night before, and you were out all night.
Okay.
Well, that's not all. The thing was, they kept making us do morning shows. And I hated to do morning shows. And I would tell them, like, look, I didn't get into being in a rock band so I could get up in the morning. That's not... I'd get a real job if I wanted to. I hated going to school because I hated getting up in the morning. So I got into a band so I wouldn't have to do that. And they continually put us on morning shows. Not a whole lot of night shows, but morning shows. So I think in a way this was my way of blowing that up. So they'd never ask us to be in another morning show again.
So you didn't have anything personally against this particular dude. This was just
I just hated.
statement.
I just hated what he represented. Let it play for a little bit.
Yeah.
Day Atlanta, all known as Local H. Good to see you, Scott.
How are you?
And there's Joe over there chilling out on the drums.
He is chilling.
He is chilling out. Well, I know it's early morning for you to get up here, but how would you describe, I got a chance to listen to this, your sound sounds a lot bigger than just a guitar and drums. How many people have told you that before?
Nobody's ever told us.
Really?
That
It just sounds so full and so big.
Well, just...
Okay, so you hear that buzzing in the background? Like, no, we didn't do anything about muting everything. Everything's so loud in there.
And they weren't running around saying to you, hey, can we mute this for the interview section?
Yeah, nobody's trying to ground anything. So I'm assuming that we just walked in there and set up, and that was that. And, and clearly I didn't want to be there. But I also didn't want to answer the same old stupid fucking question a million times. I mean, I've gotten interviewed by people who have done less homework, but I just wasn't in the mood. And I look fine. It doesn't look like I've been up all night, Gabe.
I think you fell out of the bus, and we almost had to drag you up there. Were you kidding?
What do you mean you had to drag me up there?
No, listen, man, this was early. I mean, we had to be there at like 5 or 6. I'm telling you, it was early.
It says 6:49 right there.
That's it? Woo.
It says it right there on the screen.
Oh yeah, no 8.
And we were up
It says
every
8:49.
night. We were up till 3, 4 in the morning, easily every night.
Well, yeah, because we're playing shows at like 11 o'clock.
I know. So
What kind of psycho goes to bed after they've just rocked the house? You?
I know, but the point is, who's going to go to sleep at 3 or 4? You just stayed up, and there's no way you got sleep.
Okay. Well, so I was trying to do the right thing. All right, let it go somewhere.
Just turn everything up.
Just make it loud and everything. Where do you get your inspiration to write the music and perform the music?
Probably from a lot of beer and the need to make money.
The need to make money, to make a living.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. I was reading something about that. Do you like to be compared to different groups like Nirvana, where people say you have that?
Yeah.
Is that a compliment to you guys?
Oh, yeah, we love to be compared to Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they kind of like a group you looked up to?
Oh, well, totally.
Yeah. So a good sound that you have.
Okay.
Look at that face.
What's happening with your hair in the back there? You got some strands that are seemingly a lot longer than.
Pretty cool. But I'll tell you what, one of those, I can't tell if they're strands or if it's like earplugs.
Well, that's what
some kind of earplug thing. But I wasn't wearing in-ear monitors, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't like this guy. There's something happened, and
Is there more?
Oh yeah.
How is your following liking As Good as Dead?
What did
I
he
think
just
they
say?
like it, but-
Oh, how is your following?
how is your
liking As Good as
following?
Dead?
Yeah, he's
He was
back on
flustered.
his heels now.
Yeah, by
he's
that-
like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah. You really knocked him down a peg. He didn't know how to proceed.
And there was 1 minute when I looked up and I thought, you know what? Maybe I will engage this guy like a human. And then I thought, nah, I'm going to ride this right off the fucking rails.
Probably don't like it as much as the new Spice Girls record.
Well, I mean, there's always there for you to move in on that through those people.
Well, we're working on it,
Yeah. Now, I notice you don't have a title track for As Good as Dead, but in the song you're going to play, Eddie Vedder, that you mentioned As Good as Dead a lot. Would that be considered your title track if you were to coin it like that?
Yeah, we could have had it be the title track, but,
Yeah. Well, we're going to put you to work. Would you mind playing for us for a second?
No,
We're going to let
no.
folks know that Local H's latest release, As Good as Dead, is available in metro area record stores. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Lucas and Joe Daniels, otherwise known as Local H. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so here's another thing. They kept making us play Eddie Vedder because they were trying to make that the next single. And it wasn't happening. And we were like, we don't want to play Eddie Vedder anymore. We want to play Fritz's Corner or something like that. And they wouldn't let us. And they kept getting mad at us every time we'd want to play something different. And so there might have been a little bit of that. I don't know exactly if we got into a fight with them on that show. It might have been on a show called Oddville. Mm-hmm. But there was, and I wanted them to put out Eddie Vedder as the second single, but they drove Bound for the Floor into the ground for so long. And this is a stupid thing to complain about. But by the time they got to Eddie Vedder, I was like, oh, come on. Let's pick it up, guys. Let's rock. And they just didn't want to do that. So I definitely didn't want to do any more morning shows, and that was my way to get out of it. Because once they saw that, they were like, they never booked us on another morning show again. And so, mission accomplished. Did I know that clip would live forever? No. There's times when I've seen that clip and I'm like, oh man, why did you do that? But I don't know. It's almost like Jaws. Over the years it's grown in people's estimation, and now people think it's right up there with Citizen Kane.